Oju-Odo wasn't like other villages. At night, no one laughed, no one played music, and if you stared at Chief Richard's farmland long enough, you'd swear you saw movement, but no one ever dared to speak it. My name is Mary. I lived 2 compounds from the chief's estate. All my life, I heard stories dead workers seen tilling the soil under moonlight, strange music echoing at dawn, and of course, the fortune that never faded. But I never believed them, until the day I fell in love with his son. David wasn't like his father. He smiled with his eyes, helped old women carry firewood, and read poetry to children. He was everything a girl like me should run from. But I didn't. He touched my hand one evening as we fetched water. His fingers were warm. My chest tightened. He said, "You don't have to be afraid of me, Mary." But I wasn't afraid of him. I was afraid of what loving him would mean. Mama Esther always knew. "Stay away from that boy," she said. "He comes from roots that drink blood." But I had tasted him in dreams, in stolen glances, and dreams don't lie. It happened in the barn. Rain poured like the heavens wanted to drown the earth. David held me as I shivered. His lips found mine tender, uncertain. My knees gave out. I felt heat rush through me. We stopped. But that kiss, it stayed in my bones. She wore red, always red. BC David's ex-wife walked back into the village, like fire searching for dry leaves. She looked at me once, smiled, then whispered to someone, "Let's see how long this one lasts." I heard knocking, soft, like a child asking permission. But when I opened my door, no one stood there, only footprints, wet, leading away from the farmland. David took my hand. "Don't be scared," he said. We sneaked into the farmland. It was quiet, too quiet. And then we saw them workers with hollow eyes, moving like puppets. One looked at me. It was Judith, my aunt, dead 5 years. That night, we didn't sleep. We made love beneath my mother's mango tree. Our bodies speaking truths our mouths couldn't. David kissed every inch of me, whispered my name like prayer. And I knew, in that moment, that love was not enough to save us. She broke a calabash, spilled herbs, and burned feathers. "You've been touched by death," she said. I cried, but she wiped my tears with her wrapper. "The womb is sacred. Be careful who waters it." I looked in the mirror and saw another face behind mine. "Leave him," it whispered. "But how do you leave someone whose soul is already braided into yours?" My period didn't come. My stomach fluttered like trapped butterflies. I knew I was pregnant with David's child, a child born of love and shadows. I stood before Chief Richard. "You use the dead," I screamed. He smiled. "They are mine. In life, they suffered. In death, they serve." I slapped him, and behind me, the wind wailed. David and I met in secret, behind the old well. We kissed, touched, made love again and again. Every moan was rebellion, every climax, a protest. But pleasure couldn't hide fear. BC followed us one night, caught us tangled under moonlight. She screamed, "You'll regret this." And suddenly, the village was whispering our names like curses. The elders sat under the Iroquois tree. My mother wept. David defended me. But Chief Richard looked at me and said, "She belongs to the soil now." They all gasped. Even the birds fled. BC came to our compound, eyes blazing, voice shaking. She poured palm oil on the ground and cursed me. "I hope your womb rots," she spat. David pushed her away. But her words, they stayed like smoke in my chest. At midnight, I met David under the kola nut tree. His hands trembled. "My father is growing weaker," he said. "The spirits demand more, they said. They said you must join them." I almost collapsed. We made a plan. At dawn, we would leave Oju-Odo, start a new life. But the farm, it called to me that night. And I went. What I saw there would break my spirit. The dead marched in a line, carrying hoes, heads down. Among them was BC, but she was alive that morning. Had Chief Richard already claimed her soul? The shame became too much. The stairs, The curses, the loss. I drank herbs I shouldn't have. My body shook. My heart slowed. I wanted to die, but death wasn't mine to take. David held me, crying. I was going to marry you, he whispered. But BC screamed again. She tried to kill herself. Let her go! And the village agreed. They sent me away. My mother begged. David fell to his knees. But the chief's voice thundered. She is cursed. And the path out of Oju-Odo felt longer than time. In the city I gave birth to a boy. His eyes were David's. His cry mine. I named him Hope, but he would never know his father. Chief Richard grew sick. The spirits no longer obeyed. Villagers whispered of rebellion. His wealth faded, and David was left with nothing. I found love again. A gentle teacher named Michael. He raised my son like his own. He kissed me like I mattered, and I smiled again. BC died giving birth to twins. Her new husband wailed for weeks. I lit a candle for her. We were both victims of the same curse. Years later, I returned to Oju-Odo. The farmland was quiet, the soil black. A child pointed to the field and said, "They don't walk anymore." David sat on a wooden bench, gray-haired, thin. He looked at me with tears. "I'm sorry," he whispered. I touched his hand. "I forgave you long ago." At night, I still see them, the dead, the working, the whispers of the soil. And in my dreams, I hold David again. But morning always comes. My son now walks in light. He builds, teaches, heals, and the land that once drank blood now grows flowers. Some stories end in pain, but others are reborn. Before you go, if this story touched your heart or left a mark on your thoughts, please don't just leave in silence. Drop a comment. Tell us what you felt, what you saw in your mind, what part broke you or healed you. Tap the like button if you felt the pain, the love, the fear, or the hope. And if you believe in stories that awaken something deep inside, subscribe. There are more truths to tell, more shadows to unveil, more hearts to explore. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, sleep with one eye open.